And my final purchase in the first week of the challenge was, all right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today we have a special edition. This is the very first update of the channel's 10K challenge, which just started this week at the beginning of 2022. So I have a link in the description below that describes the 10K challenge in more detail, and we will also talk about it more throughout this video. A little bit about myself. I have a background in accounting. I was a CPA. I've been working with numbers for most of my career, and I've been trading as a retail investor for the last couple of decades. So what I'm hoping to do is just share my experiences with you guys, and we'll try to make some money along the way. And this 10K challenge is another way that I'm hoping we can have fun and learn. There's a link below in the pinned comment to our Discord. Our Discord is free. We have an excellent conversation that goes on in there. I'm in there quite a bit. I'm quite active. We also have some upgraded levels pertaining to our 10K challenge that you can look at if you're interested in. Our goal is to turn $10,000 into $100,000. We would like this portfolio to beat all of the indexes in the year 2022. That's our lowest threshold. Our second threshold is to make as much money as we can, as quickly as we can, while still using a reasonable risk reward. So this is not a get rich quick / lose all your money quick scenario. We will be keeping midterm and long-term goals as a big part of our objective. We will be checking in monthly against the indexes to see how we're doing. To look at that daily or weekly can sometimes be misleading. So we're going to check in on a monthly basis and see how we're comparing to not only the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000, but also assets like gold and silver. So we'd like to beat all of those things. That's what we're here to do. So the first thing I'll show you is this is a screenshot of January 4th at 10:26 in the morning. So this was Tuesday morning. Monday was the first official day of trading for the year in 2023. So you can see as of Tuesday morning, I had not yet made any purchases. And so what I want to go through is I will show you guys the companies that I bought stock in this week. And then we'll do a summary, see how the portfolio is doing, and talk about where we go from here. Welcome everybody to the 10K to 100K challenge. Let's take a look at what I bought. Okay, for those of you who are familiar with the channel, it is no surprise whatsoever that the first stock that I bought was Bitfarms. So Bitfarms is a Bitcoin mining company. Their stock has been badly beaten down, as have all of the Bitcoin miners. So I bought an opening position in Bitfarms this week. As will be the case with almost all of these stocks, since it was a good first day of the year, but a tough first week of the trading year, most of these stocks are down. So I will have bought these at some various point throughout the week, and we don't know if they're at their all-time lows yet, which is why I have taken what I call an initial position in each one of these, because I may be averaging in over time if they continue to go down. We don't try to pick the bottom here. We try to pick stocks that have a good risk reward, that are oversold, that have potential catalysts coming up. And as you know, we cover Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel. So this is not the last Bitcoin mining stock that you will see in my portfolio. I have done several videos on Bitfarms. I will put a link in the description to my most recent Bitfarms video if you want to learn a little bit more about Bitfarms and what they do. Okay, the next thing I bought is a company called Romeo Power. This company makes battery packs for commercial vehicles. They had some big stumbling blocks from a supply chain standpoint. Again, I did a video on this recently. I'm going to put the link down below because I really do go into a very detailed explanation of why this stock is beaten down, just how much it's beaten down, and where I think it's going, because I think there's some catalysts coming for this sooner than later. So for those of you who follow the channel, I mentioned I'm going to be covering the small cap EV stocks a lot in 2022. The rest of YouTube, I think, has the large cap EV stocks covered. I may talk about those a little bit, but my focus is on the small cap EV stocks, a lot of which are extremely beaten down and oversold. So I think there's a lot of opportunity in that area. My second stock that I bought was Romeo Power, stock ticker RMO. Okay, the third stock that I bought is a company called Immersion Corporation, stock ticker IMMR. This is another stock that started out okay on Monday, but this was a tough week from there on out, so it continued to fall all week. I bought an opening position in this. If the opportunity presents itself, I may potentially add to that position. So that's a big part of the 10K challenge. We will be making trades throughout the year as opportunities present themselves. And again, I try to look at everything from a risk-reward standpoint. If the stock continues to fall and there's another buying opportunity, I will probably average into this stock. And the more I can average in, the better, because I do believe there's some strong catalysts coming for this stock. So this is a high conviction trade for me. I think this is a great risk-reward trade. Immersion technology falls under the category of small cap, high growth. So that is another thing that we do a lot of on this channel. I recently did a video on immersion last week, so I will put a link to that in the description below so that you guys can get a more in-depth understanding of exactly what immersion does and why I think it's a good risk-reward trade. And again, I want to remind everybody, this is not financial advice. I'm showing you guys what I do. I'm hoping you can follow along on this 10K challenge, and it will just give you some insight as to the buying and the selling and the thought process. So the third stock here that I bought is immersion. So the fourth stock that I bought was CleanSpark. CleanSpark is also a Bitcoin miner. So they have recently really focused in on Bitcoin mining. They do have other segments of their business, but their Bitcoin mining segment has been growing rapidly. Again, I very recently did a video on this, so I will put a link in the description to my video last week on CleanSpark so that you guys can get a more detailed understanding of what these guys do. And those of you who watch the channel know that I am bullish on Bitcoin. I am bullish on the Bitcoin miners, and they have all been beaten down fairly severely. So to me, this was a good buying opportunity. And again, if it goes down more, I may potentially average in some more. All of these companies so far have been under $1 billion. So these are all small cap companies, and that is basically going to be what the 10K challenge is. You can expect small cap companies now. Hopefully, some of them are over $1 billion by the end of the year, because that's the whole point of this. We want to buy low and sell high. In the meantime, as I buy stocks, you'll see these are all very small cap stocks. Okay, the next stock that I bought is a company called Arrow. Arrow is in the EV sector, and they make EV vehicles. I will put a link in the description to that video as well so that you guys can get a better understanding of exactly what Arrow does. But this is my second EV play. And you'll see this, I think, is the smallest company I bought. They are now down to a $56 million market cap. This stock was trading over $10 in the last 52 weeks. So you can see this stock has been extremely beaten down. However, again, from a risk-reward standpoint, I think this represents a good entry point. So this was my second EV play in the 10K challenge. Let's go to the next stock. This is a company called Nano Dimension, NNDM. So this is just under $1 billion, $977 million. Again, on the week, this ended up down. Pretty much everything ended up down on the week. In the small cap arena, in the small cap EV arena, all the Bitcoin miners were down this week. I have not done a video on them recently, so you can expect that this week I will do a video on Nano Dimensions to explain in more detail what my thought process is on this one. This is a beaten down stock as well. So I do believe it's in a position to have some serious growth in 2022. So again, this is another one that I think has strong risk reward. And my final purchase in the first week of the challenge was a company called Hut8, stock ticker HUT. This is my third Bitcoin miner that's included in the challenge portfolio. So again, you can see, like the other ones, this one started out okay this week and then had a rough end to the week, as Bitcoin had a rough end to the week and the Bitcoin miners had a rough end to the week. So this is another one that I've bought an opening position in, and I may be averaging in more over time. So let's go to a summary of how we did in week one, and I'm going to point a few different things out. So this is a top level summary. You'll see the net assets are now $9,440. So we started out with $10,000 at the beginning of the week. So we're down about $560 in week one. I was able to buy opening positions in 7 different stocks. So I still have about 56% of my cash left to invest. I expect this to get invested over the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. So that's a summary of week one of the 10K challenge. If you enjoy this content, if you want to see more of this 10K challenge as well as the other videos that we do, please subscribe to the channel. And if you wouldn't mind, smash the like button. And also, please leave any thoughts or comments below. So thank you so much for watching week 1 of the 10K challenge. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.